Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. How does pornography affect married life? It does. It affects actually the woman and the man. Now, there is this misconception that it's only men who watch pornography. That is incorrect. And it has been proven over and over again that women also, in staggering numbers, watch pornography. Especially in the last 10 years, due to the internet activity and tracking cookies and so on, it's been quite obvious that women also watch pornography. So it's not always the men. So let us tackle this in general. How does it affect if a husband and wife watch pornography? So if the husband watches pornography, has been watching pornography, he's still watching pornography, there's a few problems that come in. Number one, the expectation of performance towards his wife will be basically what he sees online. And that's why a lot of men make a huge mistake when it comes to the marriage night. When they consummate, they basically force themselves onto the woman, cause trauma, because they have this expectation that somehow his wife is going to perform the way he's used to seeing women performing in pornography. So it can actually damage the woman, especially the virgin woman, right? Another thing is that men who will continuously watch pornography before marriage, after marriage, during marriage, is that they will destroy themselves, their libido. So they will have actually less and less desire to be with their wives and more desire to be with the screen, which will lead to dissatisfaction on the woman's side and other problems that come with that. Psychological implications that are huge, the woman being rejected, not having the emotional support, because women, they also, of course, love intimacy. And it's a love language, it's you express your love towards someone through making love. So it can damage the woman on so many different levels. And sometimes she doesn't even know what's happening. Why is the husband refusing her? Why is he not able to perform? Mostly if the woman is unaware of what's happening, she's going to blame herself. He doesn't like me. Maybe there's something wrong with me. Maybe I'm too fat. Maybe I'm too skinny. Maybe I'm not beautiful. She's going to go and look online, different women who are beautiful, social media. She's going to start changing herself, trying to change herself. She's going to have lower self-esteem because she's going to see more beautiful girls than her. There's some things that she cannot change. So it can really, really destroy her. So that's, it's obvious. When the women watch pornography, as I spoke about it before, again, it can lead to, just unrealistic expectations from the man as well, and unsatisfaction because it affects women in the brain. They cannot have climax when they do PMO. Obviously, it's a bit harder for a man to please a woman. It's much easier for a man to be pleased. So that can be a huge problem when it comes to the relationship where the man is not able to satisfy his wife, and he will get frustrated. He'll lose confidence. He might experience what's called performance anxiety because now he knows that he cannot satisfy her. He might have psychological problems with confidence and so on. And most likely, when the relationship, the intimacy is not healthy, the couple will fall apart and end up in divorce, or they will live like roommates and not engage in intimacy, and both of them will be probably engaging in pornography. Another big mistake with pornography is that sometimes couples think that they can spice up things by watching pornography together. And that is actually probably one of the most destructive and the biggest mistakes that a couple can do. A lot of people think it's not a big deal. We're an open couple. We trust each other. No, one of you is going to get hurt. One of you is going to realize how this is horrible. Most likely, this will end up in disaster. And one scholar said that when two people help each other in ma'asiyah and evil, then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will put hatred between the two of them, and it will probably end up separating. So you have to help وَتَعَوْنَ الْبِرِّ وَالتَّقْوَى. You have to help each other in bir and taqwa. Now, a lot of men think that they can spice up things and it's going to be good and this and that. Man, your wife is going to be looking at another man, another woman. There will be things there that they do that you cannot do. And how many times the guy starts getting jealous. Now, he's the one who's done it. Now he's going to tell his wife is a this and a that. And guess what happens? Divorce, right? They start shaming each other. There's nothing good that comes out of disobeying Allah, especially when you do it together and you encourage each other to disobey Allah together. Yes, you can have excitement and spice in your married life, in your intimacy, but within the limits of the Sharia. That's why the limits were put. Yes, people can do all kinds of stuff and they'll be pleased and they'll be satisfied at some point. But in the end, with time, that satisfaction lowers and lowers, and it's replaced by a void, by guilt, by corruption, and it's never ever going to succeed. Trust me. So anyone who's thinking that they can spice up their life by watching pornography together while they're having intimacy and all that, it's a recipe for disaster. Allah has put limits. Don't cross the limits. You will regret it. Allah knows best. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.